The small knock interrupted his usual routine. Thayer Corbin froze at his mahogany desk completely. His luxurious mansion felt suddenly very quiet. It was Tuesday morning, 7:15 sharp as always. Thayer Corbin, a 34-year-old grumpy billionaire CEO, had spent his life behind walls built from childhood pain. His father had died in a tragic accident, and his mother, already depressed and ill, eventually passed away from a heart attack. His childhood girlfriend, who once was his closest friend and love, had betrayed him and left, deepening his distrust of people. Now, Thayer lived alone in his luxurious mansion, cold, distant, and focused solely on his empire. The knocking came again, more persistent this time. Through the frosted glass, he could see a tiny figure in a bright yellow jacket. On his doorstep stood Winslow Breyer, a 4-year-old with wide, trusting eyes, clutching a pink backpack with a white bunny dangling from the zipper.
"Excuse me, Mr. Corbin. My name is Winslow Breyer. I live right there with my mama."
"What do you want? I am extremely busy," Thayer said curtly, his usual cold demeanor intact.
"Mama Callista is very sick today with a high fever. She cannot take me to preschool like she always does. Will you please walk me to school, just this once?"
Though he initially wanted to refuse, something about her courage and innocence stirred memories he had buried deep. This brave little girl was asking for help with such gentle trust. "I do not walk children anywhere," he said firmly, though his voice had lost some of its harsh edge.
"Mama said you might be kind underneath your serious face. She said sometimes people look grumpy when they are really protecting their hearts from being hurt again,"
Winslow said, with startling wisdom for a 4-year-old. Her gentle words penetrated deeper than any business negotiation ever had. Despite his wealth and success, Thayer realized this child could see through his carefully constructed armor. "Very well," he heard himself saying, "but we must leave immediately." Winslow's face lit up like sunshine.
"Thank you so much, Mr. Thayer. You have a beautiful heart, just like Mama said."
As they walked towards Sunshine Preschool, Winslow shared simple joys that awakened senses Thayer had long numbed.
"See those yellow roses? They smell like honey. Miss Rodriguez teaches us that butterflies help flowers grow. She says I am very good at drawing them." "Do you ever stop to notice beautiful things, Mr. Thayer?" she asked, her small hand occasionally brushing his as they walked.
"I do not have time for such things," he replied automatically.
"Mama says taking time for beautiful moments makes our hearts remember how to be happy again,"
Winslow said, matter-of-factly. As they approached the busy intersection near Sunshine Preschool, a small boy on a red tricycle wobbled past them. He hit a crack and tumbled, scraping his knee. Without hesitation, Winslow rushed to help him.
"Are you okay?"
she asked gently, pulling tissues from her backpack.
"Scrapes hurt, but they heal fast. Always be careful, but do not be afraid to keep trying. Mama says being brave means doing good things even when we are scared."
Watching in amazement as this tiny girl showed such immediate compassion, her kindness was instinctive and pure. He felt an unexpected warmth spreading through his chest. Suddenly, Winslow stepped toward the curb as a delivery truck ran the red light. Without thinking, Thayer instinctively pulled her to safety, sweeping her into his arms. The truck roared past, missing them by mere inches. In that moment, a flash of his own childhood memories surfaced. The warmth of his father's protection and the devastating emptiness left after his parents' deaths. He realized a vital lesson. Life was not just about work, grief, or past betrayals. It was about love, trust, and cherishing small moments.
"Are you okay, sweetheart?"
he asked, his voice unexpectedly gentle.
"You saved me, Mr. Thayer, just like a daddy would do,"
Winslow said, her small arms wrapped around his neck. They reached Sunshine Preschool safely, where children played energetically while teachers guided them. Miss Rodriguez greeted them warmly. "You must be Winslow's neighbor. How wonderful that you could help Callista during her illness."
Winslow confidently joined her friends, pointing out butterflies and showing her art projects. "Mr. Thayer helped me get to school today. He has a very kind heart," she announced proudly. As she waved from the playground, her eyes filled with trust and hope, she called out, "Will you walk me home too? Please say yes." Looking into her hopeful eyes, Thayer felt his heart beginning to soften. Her courage, innocence, and small acts of kindness had awakened something he thought was lost forever. "Yes," he said quietly, "I will be here when school ends." That evening, when he returned Winslow safely home, Callista Breyer answered the door. Despite her illness, her gratitude was genuine and warm. "I cannot thank you enough," she said. "I was worried about asking, but Winslow insisted you would help." 3 months later, Thayer's transformation was remarkable. Callista, now financially stable, had joined his company as his executive assistant. Winslow visited his office sometimes, filling the sterile space with laughter and drawings of butterflies. Thayer, once cold and distant, had become caring, protective, and emotionally aware. He continued to watch over Winslow and support her family, embracing connection, hope, and the happiness that came from opening his heart. Standing in his office one afternoon, watching Winslow color at his conference table while Callista worked nearby, Thayer realized he was no longer walking through life alone. He had learned to trust again, to love again, and to find joy in protecting and helping others. The little girl who had knocked on his door had saved him in ways she would never fully understand.